What's up? It's your boy Volt. Got my Charger Hellcat, just kind of taking it out, burning some gas on my day off from work. To think that this is our last chance to get a V8. So I'm really lucky to have gotten a last call edition. So this is mainly to address like my nursing school friends or just supporters who kind of were with me through my nursing school journey, the struggles of being an LVN and going through the struggles of becoming an RN, dropping out of school, and then just finding the strength to come back and finally finish what I started, to finally become an RN. I know that somebody commented that it's good to see me basically bossing it up nowadays. I accidentally deleted the comment when I was trying to reply, sorry, but I did see your comment and I really appreciate that. And I hope that I inspire you to do better when, whatever struggles you're going through. I mean, yeah, I am kind of talking about the car, but yeah, my focus is on nursing school. I just kind of wanted to share my story with people, this is more of, it's just going from being an LVN to just going through the RN program, studying like hell, passing the NCLEX, becoming an RN, getting the experience and becoming an RN case manager ultimately, and just basically doing well enough to get a brand new Dodge Charger Hellcat along with a brand new 392. But yeah, so let's get to the story, right? So the story itself of basically pharmacology and semester one. We were basically just a bunch of people that didn't know each other. I was kind of the older one, in my early 30s at the time, kind of having my fair share of experience, but, I was an LVN, right? And you had these kids that kind of get in there with mommy and daddy's money. And so this is basically where we were basically getting the vibes, right? And in school, we had people going through, through basically different walks of life. But, we were all in pharmacology. That was our first semester. People kind of have vibed me as somebody that knew his shit and had special study tactics. And people kind of wanted to get in touch with me and be my friend because of that. And then some people wanted me to be the class rep. So I ended up being the class rep. So this was at Unitech. We were the first BSN batch. So yeah, basically, if my nursing school journey was a Netflix episode, this was like the pilot episode. This was season 1, episode 1. I stood out. They wanted me to be the class rep, and people kind of wanted that. I was kind of feeling them, but I wasn't feeling the fakeness. It was just like a fucking high school drama. But yeah, I ended up being the class rep. Some lady in her 40s or 50s or some shit. She ended up being the class rep, so I kind of followed her, but a lot of people didn't like her, and basically by association, because I chose to go behind her, people didn't like me. And there was this other chode, I'm not going to say his name, but he was kind of like an internet troll, and he didn't like whatever was going on. And there was like this big ass dispute over a test bank or some shit. And so, yeah, this is where all the drama started. But yeah, it was just like all the division in our program in semester 1 started over a test bank or some weird drama shit, whatever that was. I mean, here I am minding my business. I'm trying to memorize drugs because we were in pharmacology, so I was trying to study legit. But yeah, I think there was a lot of people that they wanted to basically take the easy way out, try to memorize a bunch of answers on the test bank. And the test bank drama, this is it's going to come into play because the test bank was a key to basically getting through health assessment during our time in school. And basically the test bank, it's kind of a loophole. Like, you're not cheating, but you kind of know the answers that the teachers are putting on the test because they get it from the test bank. So you kind of knew that, and you kind of had an advantage, and you were just getting 100% on the exam and shit. So that's kind of what we did. So this internet troll sitting in the back seat, he's got issues, man, and he was giving me shit in school, and he hasn't even passed his NCLEX yet, even though it's been like 3 years. So karma's a bitch. He got what he deserved in the end. Fuck him. But yeah, at the time, he was our bully. This guy basically sends this anonymous email saying that they want a new class rep. So then one of the people kind of goes to the front of class after sending this anonymous email. The whole class hears about it. And next thing you know, they basically impeach our class rep. Somehow, I'm still a class rep, but I kind of grow resentful. I'm like, fuck all of you. You guys are all retards. And so the class turns against me. I kind of took the wrong side, I guess. And basically, I end up caught up in the drama. So the class kind of ends up. There was like these people on the right side that wanted a new class rep, and there was people like me on the other side of the class who basically was with the original class rep. So it basically turns into a bunch of political drama. And so that's kind of where we're at. So pharmacology, we just basically get a bunch of shit. One of these days, I end up getting a hold of the test bank myself, and I end up getting an advantage. I end up getting like 95, 100% in all these tests because I knew that the teachers were getting answers from this test bank, because I kind of found their secret. Like, you didn't have to study very hard as long as you memorized the answers. And so that's kind of what got me like high-ass grades in health assessment. And yeah, this is basically the shit that a lot of people that, they didn't want to share it, and now they're getting pissed because I found a way to get an easy A, and they're getting mad. But yeah, this is semester 1, man. This is where the drama starts. But yeah, it was an interesting semester, and I ended up befriending somebody from the other side of the class. She and I became like really close. Like we really just looked out for each other throughout nursing school. She's gonna kind of come into play. She's a very key. She's like one of my key, I guess. One of my key friends getting through this program. Because they end up alienating her and casting her out of their clique. I end up forming my own clique, and basically the class gets all divided and shit. It becomes one big fucking high school drama. Welcome to season 1 of nursing school. We'll probably talk about that in, I guess, the next video, which will basically be like season 1 episode 2, I guess you could say. But yeah, this was it was a really interesting first semester to say the least. It was just nothing but high school drama, just a bunch of immature kids on one side of the spectrum, and on another side of the spectrum, you have some motherfuckers that are 40 years old going through a fucking midlife crisis. So they start getting into the high school drama, and here I am trying to just do my own thing, trying to get through school. But yeah, we were the first BSN class. It was a perpetual clusterfuck. But yeah, this is basically what semester 1 was like throughout the pharmacology program. And I'm not gonna say anything bad about the internet troll, because I know that he is going through some mental illnesses, and I think he was in the process of transitioning into a woman. He identified as a he at the time, so his pronouns at the time were he, him, but I'm not going to assume that he's always going to be a he, him. He might be a she, her. And even if I don't agree with it, I still got to respect his or her pronouns and basically call them by the correct pronouns. I'm not being woke, but nowadays in today's day and age, we have to be respectful of that. So, but he was clearly, sorry, they, okay, I'm just going to use the neutral pronoun they, because they could be a he or a she. But at the time, they were a he at that time. They were basically the internet troll that was giving us shit in school. And they were the one that was causing all this drama while we were in school. And when I talk about semester 1, term 2, which is kind of like an episode 2 of this series, we're going to talk more about that drama that they caused in the next semester after this. And this is kind of like the second term's going to be really interesting, because, you know, this is where we get even more division in the class, and I kind of become the class outcast. And I'm also going to talk about haters, because we're going to be going through where I ended up passing this exam out of 3 people when the whole class failed it, and then I become like the most hated person in the class, you know, just for passing some test that other people couldn't. But yeah, shout out to all my nursing friends. I don't think I'll attract much of a car audience, but definitely, you know, a nurse doing well enough as an RN to get a brand new Hellcat and a brand new Scat Pack. So yeah, more to come.